sponsored by Jeans Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the official dealership of Life in Alaska.
What's up, Interior? Joe Cook in the sports seat for you this evening. Let's get down to some sports. We start tonight with two Nanook hockey players winning the last of these two CCHA League Awards. First, Cora Odegaard, a two-time nominee, is the Co-Humanitarian of the Year. Odegaard, the senior defenseman and alternate captain for the Nooks, has heavy involvement in the community in various events and programs, but most notably with the All Your Heart campaign. Sean Head, Alaska's volunteer office manager, and Odegaard co-founded the With All Your Heart campaign in 2011, which raises money for the Harry and Sally Porter Heart Center at Fairbanks Memorial Hospital. So far, With All Your Heart has raised almost $140,000 for Fairbanks Heart patients. Odegaard shares the award with Western Michigan's Brett Beebe. Both are finalists for the BNY Mellon Humanitarian Award, which will be announced at the Frozen Four in Pittsburgh. Fellow senior defenseman and team captain Adam Henderson is a CCHA Scholar Athlete of the Year. Henderson has been pursuing a master's in business administration off the ice and has a 3.86 GPA. He already has a bachelor's in finance. Henderson is a beast in the books and in games. His 364 faceoff wins as of March 12th were 22nd in the nation and 3rd in the CCHA. And speaking of the CCHA, it is no more. The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame won the last CCHA title with the 3-1 win over the Michigan Wolverines over the weekend. All the CCHA hockey members will be in different conferences next year. The CCHA has been around for 42 years. The conference has produced 8 NCAA champions, 179 All-Americans, 7 Hobey Baker Award winners, and over 650 NHL draft picks. The big reason for this formation was really the formation of the Big Ten Hockey Conference, with the Michigan State and Ohio State playing in the Big Ten next year. UAF will be in the WCHA next year, and the National Collegiate Hockey Conference will be in its inaugural season, featuring teams like Miami, Ohio, and Western Michigan. UAF got to the Joe for the first time in 2002 and went to the NCAA tournament in 2009-2010 season for the first time in program history under Dallas Ferguson as members of the CCHA. As we mentioned, the Nanks will be moving over to the WCHA, which recently revealed their championship sites and a snazzy new logo. The Western Collegiate Hockey Association playoffs will be called the Final Five and will be in Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan in 2014 and 2016. In the odd years, 2013 and 2015, the Final Five will be in St. Paul, Minnesota at the Xcel Energy Center. Out of the 10-team conference, the top 8 get into the postseason. The top 4 seeds will have home ice and a best-of-3 series. The Final 5 will be a single elimination playoff. WCHA teams, UAF, UAA, Bemidji State, Bowling Green, Ferris State, Lake Superior State, Michigan Tech, Minnesota State, Northern Michigan, and Alabama Huntsville, a Division I independent program. Also tonight, the ASAA March Madness Alaska and Anchorage was a great year. Competition was great down there in Anchorage. You had upsets like the East in service for a championship game, Monroe winning the 3A title, the dominant Wasilla Warriors girls team winning 3 straight titles. But from a fan perspective, there were some tweaks in this year's tournament that were good and questionable. The WPI winning percentage index for 4A schools had another year to get at-large teams in, like the Lathrop girls team. Patrons paid for sessions at the tournament, plus $6 parking at the Sullivan. If you left and came back, yep, that was another $6. The ASAA operated at over $150,000 loss last season and make cuts this year. I talked to ASAA State Championships Director Isaiah Vreeman about these changes and issues and the expansion from 16 to 32 teams in 1A.
I think it played out pretty well. There was a lot of excitement, especially that opening Saturday when we were at South and West, because the Sullivan's not available that early because of hockey. There were a lot of great games. It was loud. I mean, it was pretty electric in there as well. We did have a correct WPI this year on that selection show, but we were missing some scores that were not reported. So those got reported. So Lathrop then was the invitee instead of Soldotna. I know there was some. I feel bad for the kids all the way around that's kind of the way it went down. But we got the right team in. The thing was correct. We went to sessions, kind of lowered the price for people, went to sessions. The Sullivan did charge for parking. You know, so there are some tweaks here and there that I'd like to try for next year to make it a little bit better. But overall, the atmosphere is kind of what I was hoping for and looking for. So I'm going to keep on with that.
And that's all I got for sports tonight. We'll catch you next time.